Hey guys, so I'm going to show you exactly how I used cold email agents to build a cold email campaign that generated us over $15,000 in deals with less than 2 hours of work, including the first $2.1 thousand of that cash collected within 48 hours of launching the campaign. So at Vintascale, at my AI marketing agency, we've been generating over $250,000 a month in deal flow, sales opportunities for ourselves and our clients using cold email AI agents. And in this video / document, you will learn exactly how you can apply this to your business so that you can start getting similar results. Now, the first part of this video will be a summary of what took place so that you know what we're getting into, you know how everything fits together. You can see the email threads. We'll look into everything. And then we'll go into Clay behind the scenes and we'll go into Smart Lead and I'll show you exactly how I use the agents, how I set them up, how I made the email copy, so on and so forth. So you'll have a full overview of everything that went into this campaign. I leave nothing out. So this is a campaign that I actually built live on YouTube from scratch, meaning I made the whole thing while I was screen recording from scratch. This is when I was averaging, 5 to 10 views per video. You can view the original video here. I've embedded it in this document. You can get this document for free, by the way. The link is in the description. I'll just email it to you via Gumroad. So this campaign and the video was published and launched on July 7th. At the time of making this video right now, it's Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. So this was 2 months ago, almost exactly. This is when I was averaging 5 to 10 views per video. As of today, September 9th, 2025, the video I'm referring to has 38 views. Just to let you know, I've been just doing this quietly in my office every day. So it includes me creating the campaign and programming the agents, the AI agents, doing everything live from scratch, the market research, everything. So you can watch it. I don't take anything down. It's all there. I've built my entire agency pretty much since day one. I've been documenting every single day. So it's all there. Now, please know that this was one of several campaigns that we were running in July that contributed to the $250,000 a month deal flow count. This was actually an internal campaign for ourselves. So this wasn't for our clients. This was for ourselves. This was cash collected and deal flow for my agency, Vintascale. We also reviewed the email threads, email by email, all the way up until the sales call, post call, and deal being closed with the client for that 2.1K in this video right here. So if you've been on the channel for a while, if you've seen this video, you've already seen all the email threads. You've already seen this stuff, but I got to go over it again for this to make sense. So why do I do this? Why do I let you in? Why do I take you into my actual business? Why do I screen record everything? Why do I post my sales calls? Why do I post my client meetings? Why do I go out of my way to show you the screenshots, email threads, sales calls, client calls of my actual business? Why have I been documenting the growth of my agency every day for months to strangers? 2 reasons. Actually 3. So number 1 is trust. As I get a lot of my clients come through here, YouTube. And if they're going to pay me my fee, which is pricey for most folks, they need to know without a shadow of a doubt that I can get them results, right? And how I operate. So this is for short-term client acquisition. Second reason is, for those who are not yet at 30K a month, which is my threshold for taking on new clients, I want to help you get there. So long-term client acquisition. And number 3 is there are very few people who are teaching and educating on YouTube and stuff like that who can provide actual real proof that they actually run a business and that their money comes at least primarily from their business and that they've actually done this for real in real time, not 10 years ago, sort of thing, So for brand authority and trust, right? That's really it. It's not that deep. So I got to say this stuff because, I have a lot of beginners on here and beginners are overly skeptical to the point where it slows down their progress, but I was a beginner once. So I get it. So, and also it's infinitely more powerful for getting your results and for your confidence if I show you a completed campaign, that works with the proof that it worked and then show you how I built it. And also if I build a campaign live and then show you that I actually close from it. So what I refuse to do is tell you how much money you could make and what you could sell to clients and that you could sell this AI thing for 4K or you could, you could sell this automation for 3K or whatever without ever having done it myself at this level. That's what I refuse to do. So that's that. Anyway, if you don't know who I am, my name is Pablo Melandu. I'm the founder of a B2B AI marketing agency called Vintascale. We currently generate over $250,000 a month in deal flow for our clients with cold email AI agents. And I'm making this video because my goal is to help you make more money. Because when you make more money, you'll trust me more, you'll become a client of mine and make even more money. And then I'll make money because you'll pay me my fee. And then we'll all be richer. I've done this twice now, two different businesses. If you've been on the channel, you know this. If not, here's the case study with the entire breakdown. And now I'm building my marketing agency, Vince Scale, in real time in front of you all, which I've been documenting pretty much since day one. I put out no BS content. You can come on this channel, you can hang out, and you'll learn something new. And you'll become a very lethal entrepreneur. As always, I would recommend you download this document for free once you're done watching this and go through it. Just read it, study it, as if you would read the Wall Street Journal or something, so you can start to speak this language and become real lethal. Because the number one way you're judged, and my father told me this when I was very young, is by the way you communicate. And if you can speak the language of business, you can use these words like capital and investments and marketing and analytics, like all the, I said analytics, but like the business words, it'll be way easier for you to scale and get clients just by the way you talk. So read these documents because that's the easiest way to cement this into your lingo. What's the word for language? Vocabulary. The word vocabulary was missing from my vocabulary. That's ironic. Anyway, go through it because most people binge content but don't ever actually do anything, and that's why they stay poor. I make no income claims. My results are not typical. More proof, you can go through this on your own time. Again, the document is free, but we generate a lot of money and a lot of sales opportunities and deals for our clients. So that's what this is. And behind the scenes, screenshots of our internal Slack and internal operations and actual client case study testimonials and blah, blah, blah. And there's more on our website. You can watch on your own time, how we do the stuff behind the scenes, the full architecture, so on and so forth. So that's that. Anyway, let's talk about the math breakdown. Where does this 15.2K number come from? Right? I want you to stay with me. I want you to understand everything I talk about. I like things to be very crystal clear. So here's the math breakdown. At the time, when I launched this campaign, I was launching it for an intro offer. You know, when we do cold email, when you run ads or do cold calling, whatever, sometimes you toy with offers. You test offers in the market. That's the whole point of cold outbound, is it allows you to test offers, right? So I tested an intro offer just to see if it sold well. So the intro offer was priced at $2,173, $2,173. I don't know why I priced it at that. I just did. And so this campaign, like I said earlier at the beginning of this video and document, it was spun up and launched on July 7th. You can fact check that for yourself. Right there. You can see the dates. You can't see my cursor, but you can just see the dates. It's right in front of you, okay? And you can look up when this video was published. It'll also say July 7th. All right. No holes in my game. Meeting booked on, okay, so the campaign was spun up and launched on July 7th. The meeting was booked on July 9th. I have the email threads right here, which we'll go through in a second. The meeting was had on July 10th, so a day later after it was booked, and the deal was closed the same day on July 10th. The cash was collected the following week. So deal flow was brought into the business in 48 hours, and the actual cash flow, so the cash collected, was brought into the business in less than 1 week after this campaign was spun up and launched. All right. Now, breaking down the 15.2K total. So note that each deal here is valued at $2,173. $2,173 was my fee for this offer, to be exact. Like I said before, it's mid-ticket. We don't operate in this range anymore. So we had $2,173 as the ticket times 7, right? So seven deals. So that brought us 15.2 grand. All right. You will see if you zoom into this that there are 9 responses, 9 positive replies. So what happened to the other 2, Pablo? Well, 2 of these responses, the way SmartLead categorizes them, and instantly as well, unless you go in and fix this, is anytime there's like an interested response, like the prospect is interested, or if they want more information. It's all those are categorized as a positive reply, unless you go in and correct it. But for the sake of tracking, we like to include those. Both send me more information, but also, yes, I'm interested in getting on a call or whatever it is. We want to classify those both as positive because they are positive. All right. So long story short, both or 2 responses were just responses that, for seeking more information, but there was no real follow through, no meeting, or there was a meeting, but it didn't close. All right. So that's that. That's where that 15.2K comes from. Now let's break down the campaign even further. So if you have this document or you watch that video that I referred to earlier, or is it this one right here, then you've already seen what I'm about to talk about. Okay, so you can fast forward. But if you want to review, that's cool too. So it was a Loom campaign. I don't run Loom campaigns anymore. I don't like running Loom campaigns, especially because I'm spending all this time building up this platform, this YouTube channel. My YouTube videos are like Looms. They're Looms, right? But if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I'd be running Looms all day. I mean, case in point. That's why I did it. So Loom campaigns are great for you, but if you have clients, don't send Loom campaigns on behalf of your client, because you don't want to make your client record Looms all day, right? They're also not useful for bigger budget, aka more affluent clients, because they're not going to watch your Loom. Like, they don't have time for that. They can recognize a good offer in text or in an email when they see one, and they'll look you up on their own time if they want to know more about you. They don't want to watch your Loom. All right, so that's the campaign right there, and we'll go into Smart Lead, and it's still in Smart Lead. I still have it. So the only reason why we send Looms is to build trust. They are great for that purpose, but only broke clients will need this, as they're highly skeptical and very price sensitive. So this all really starts from who you are targeting, and that's why I priced it at $21.73, because in the B2B world, in the business world, for those of you who don't know, which is fine, I don't judge. Again, I was a beginner once too. Anything under like it depends on what you're offering, depends on the service, but anything under like $5,000 is rather low. So think deeply about who you're targeting. I had something else to say and I forgot. Looms. Oh yes, I was going after staffing agencies. I had a couple of staffing agency clients at this point in time. And I was trying to really work that niche, and so I made a campaign going after boutique recruitment firms, but smaller. So boutique, smaller recruitment firms, which likely means they don't have as much money as larger firms. So I came in with like a more intro, like a smaller offer that they could likely afford. So I hope that all adds together as to why I priced it in that way. All right, so we're going to kind of speed through this because I want to get to like the whole AI agents thing. But here's the email copy. You can zoom into it on your own time. It breaks it down. It breaks down how I converted the meeting. Here's the actual Loom that I sent. It's still up and running as of today's date, Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. I don't know if that Loom is still going to be working, if you can still view it if you come across this video in a year. Email thread, how I got them onto the meeting, and then how I actually, the confirmation of them closing the deal and paying me. So all that's there in screenshots. So let's go into Clay and Smart Lead, and let me just break this down for you because I like to show and tell. So let's hop into Clay and mess with some AI agents, make some money. All right, so we're in Smart Lead. This is the actual campaign. You can see right here. We stopped running this campaign. As you can see at the top, it says completed because I don't want to send Looms anymore. But pretty decent reply rate. We could have cranked this easily. Anything between like anything between anything above 1%, is free game. Anything below that, you kind of got to be careful, but you can still kind of make it work if it's like above 0.7, 0.65, even, but 0.7, you just got to be more careful and strategic. Anything above 1%, you just crank it to the moon. Again, I just didn't want to send any more Looms because every 10 minutes, excuse me, I'd be interrupted and I'd have to go record a new Loom. So it just got annoying, but it's right here. Like you can see it for yourselves. Okay. Here's the campaign stats. Again, this is my personal internal dashboard that I'm showing you. It's just my only request is you don't be a troll and email these people because these are people with businesses. Okay. So anyway, so let's show you the actual copy because this is important for programming the AI agent. So here's the sequence, right? Here's the first email in the sequence, and if you looked over to the left, I'm in the way. Let me get myself out the way. So if you look on the top here, this is better. If you look above where my face is, so right here, on the can I zoom in? It's not letting me zoom in. Sheesh. Okay. Anyway, where it says like version 1, you got version B, you got version C. If you can see where I'm clicking, just look above my head, right? So there's 3 different versions of this initial email. I turned off version B because it was the poorest performing one, and I kept on version A and version C. You can see with the switches right here. I'm not going to toggle them, but anyway. So let's look at what's going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna copy it into actually just leave it here. Screw it. So you got first name. These are the variables, right? That just get filled in with the stuff from Clay. This is important. Just follow along. You got the subject line right up here. It's a little cut off for you guys. Let me move it. This is no bueno. All right. Something like that. There you go. All right. So I'm just bolding all the variables. You guys are smart enough to know what variables are. All the placeholders. All right. So I'm going to treat this as though you don't really know how to do cold email copywriting, and I'll just break this down real quick, okay? So this is the intro/relevance line right here, okay? And then here is a poke the bear question / just a general question, okay? This is like the general structure of a cold email before we get kind of fancy. You know what I mean? It's better to have rules that work consistently than to just wing it all the time. Third line is pretty much always the offer statement. Fourth line, this is optional, it's pretty much always the social proof statement. Funny enough, cold emails can pretty easily work without the social proof statement because, again, they're going to look you up. If they're remotely interested, or if you've even remotely generated some attention within them, they're going to look you up on their own time. So don't stress if you don't have a social proof line, okay? Don't stress. I've showed you in different videos how to build social presence, social proof. Just make your own internal case studies. If you don't have any clients, you'll be fine. You don't worry about this. I could have easily done this campaign even better without having this line right here, all right? And then last is always a call to action. This is like a modern day 2025 going to 2026 cold email. And then here's the sign off. And then I usually like to have a PS line with, most importantly, an opt out in it, right? So if you look at here, I said, PS, I'm a former recruiter myself. You don't have to have that. But you should definitely have this right here. If you'd rather me not reach out, just let me know. Okay. So that's the structure. All right. So what we're going to do, let me move this over. What we are going to do, I'm sorry you guys can't see this. I'm sorry it's cut off. Okay. This might work a little better. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in Clay, we're going to personalize some information, and all these are going to fill themselves in, right? It's going to kind of look like, it's going to kind of look like this. So it's going to be like this, like, hi, first name, right? So Nate is the first name. Came across company name while looking at boutique staffing agencies in state. It's just popping in all these little pieces of information, right? So hi, first name, came across company name while looking at boutique staffing agencies in state. So what I typically do is I write the copy first, like in my iPhone notes or a Google Doc or something, right? Nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy. We're not here to be A+ copywriters. We're here to get it at like a B- level, and then send as many as we can to the right people with a somewhat decent offer. That's it. Don't try and A+ this whole thing. But I read the copy, and then can I Control Z this? No, I can't. I write the copy, and then afterwards, I'll throw it into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to spin tax it. And what spin taxing does is it creates different options for trying to say the same thing, so that it's not like you're sending the exact same email. So what do I mean by that? So this is a spin taxed email right here. So I wrote the original version, and then I copied it into ChatGPT and said, spin tax this. I have my own personal ChatGPT that I've programmed. I might share it with you one day. And it spits out the email that's with spin taxed, and then I copy that and I just paste it in here. So see how this says hi divider hey? It'll randomly pick one of those for the the recipient. You see how it says came across divider found? It'll randomly pick one of those. So it might say came across company name. It might say found company name. So between all these different versions, it's very, very hard for Google or Outlook spam filters to mark me as spam, to say that I'm just sending the exact email to a bunch of people. All right. So to summarize what exactly we just did, all we're really doing is we're starting with the end in mind, the end copy in mind. That's what we're doing right now. So I type out the email. I have a bunch of like email templates at this point, but I kind of just know how I want it to look. This is usually going to stay the same. I usually don't have any, like the second and third line, I usually don't have any placeholders, variables in here, unless I'm doing something more tailored to a specific company or whatever it is, and that can happen. But for an internal campaign, like I'm just getting more clients for my agency, I usually only need the first name, the company name, maybe the state, maybe like the niche. That's it, right? So this is the copy. Now we're gonna go into Apollo. I'm gonna show you the whole thing. We're gonna go into Apollo. We're gonna use some AI agents to scrape the company data from Apollo. We're gonna pop it into Clay, use the AI agents to spin it up, and then I'll pop it into Smartly, and you see the whole thing. All right. So I'll try and speed through this. Watch this on 1.5 speed at least. All right. So we're in Apollo now. This is the magical Apollo. Okay. So I have some searches saved. I have saved searches because I've been doing this for a while. So I'm going to do that. And if it lags, forgive me, but because Apollo is intensive. But you see all these like niches that I've that I've attempted and tried. This is not a joke. I've attempted a lot. I've gone after a lot. I think the one for this campaign was it was either Boutique Staffing USA 3 to 10, Global Boutique Staffing. No, it wouldn't be because Global Boutique Staffing USA 3 to 15. I think I just have it marked down. Boutique Recruiters 3 to 10. So it wasn't Recruiters 1 to 20. It must have been Boutique Staffing 3 to 10. It must have been this one, but I spelled boutique wrong. Anyway, that's another conversation. So let's just look at the search filters I used. So, yeah, this looks about right. So what am I looking at here? So, I always set this to, only give me verified email addresses and don't include catch-all emails. So those are my settings for the email status. You don't want catch-all emails. They're just honey traps. They're honeypots. You only want verified email addresses, and even then, they aren't all verified. So let's get out of here. Oh man, Apollo is doing the thing. Job titles. Because I'm going after smaller companies, smaller staffing agencies. This applies to any agency, any B2B business. Don't focus on the fact that it's a staffing agency. You can get way better results in other industries. I just happen to go after staffing agencies. It's not the gold mine of anything. Don't focus on this. I have a whole video on what niches to go after. Just forget that it's staffing agency. What my thinking and me thinking out loud applies to any niche. So because the companies were smaller, again, 3 to 10 employees, I was going after I knew the decision maker would be the founder or the president or the CEO, the top dog. There's no like VP or there rarely is at this point. Rarely do partnerships go through someone else other than the founder, CEO, or president. So those are the job titles I went after. And that's why I went after the job titles. You got to understand the thinking behind it. So company, again, these are my filters, my settings here. So United States, 3 to 10. I could have easily done Canada, but United States, 3 to 10 employees. Industry was staffing and recruiting. And that's it. I didn't set any other filters. No revenue. I don't ever touch revenue. I don't touch anything else. That's it. Very simple. My style is very, very, very simple. This got me 4.6K results. Now, the thing with Apollo is you got to remember, by the time you're done filtering and cleaning out all the data, you're going to end up with maybe, I don't know, half or 3/4 of what you're scraping. Probably half. Probably less than half. Actually, a lot less than half. So you got to over scrape. All right. So that's Apollo. Really, really easy. Very simple. Don't spend too much time in Apollo. It's a strategy more so than the filters. So now is when we start using our first set of agents. All right. So we got to get these folks out of Apollo. We got to scrape them out of here. We got to put it in a spreadsheet and then upload that spreadsheet into Clay so we can feed it to our other agents, our other AI agents. So how do we do this? So I'm gonna there we go. Okay. So why does this say Apify.com? I'm not there yet. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Apify.com. All right. Apify.com. You're gonna make an account if you don't have one already. I'm assuming you've taken the free course and you know what Apify.com is. Okay. This is my email address, but hey, don't email me unless it's important. Unless you have a real question. Okay. Don't troll. I trust you guys, but don't troll me. Anyway, I'll just throw you in spam. So anyway, so I already have the scraper, but what you would do is you would go to Apify store, and then you'd search up an Apollo scraper. I'll show you the exact one I use. I don't get paid from this. I don't get paid from this. I believe, yeah, it's this one right here. This Apollo scraper right here. Scrape up to 50K leads made by Code Pioneer. Yes, that is the one. Let me just double, triple confirm. Yeah, it is this one. What happened to all my runs? 17 runs. Am I tripping right now? No, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. So yeah, you can see I've used this. I've used this quite a bit. Let me get myself out of here. But yeah, it's pretty cost effective. It's $1.20 for 1,000 leads. So if we go back to Apollo, we see we're scraping about 4,500 leads or 4,600 leads. So that's going to be about $4.80, just under $5 to get all these leads. That's amazing. Someone would pay you $1,000 to get these leads if they knew that these leads were great leads. So what we're going to do is I would copy this URL, go to Apify, right? We're in the scraper that we've selected, okay? Super easy. Watch how easy this is. I paste the URL in here. I make sure clean output is selected. Why is this in my face? Okay, there we go. I leave everything else as is. I make sure that no timeout is selected, but that should be the default. No maximum limit. Then you just hit save and start. And that's that. All right, so I'm gonna pause this here, but you'll be able to see where it says duration, how long this actually took, and you'll be able to see how much this costed us. But you know, it does 100 results at a time. It's going a little slower because I'm screen recording, just full disclosure. But you can see that it's starting to, you know, the data starting to get scraped. It has all the data. Again, leave these people alone. Don't troll them. I trust you guys. But it has all the data that we need. All right. So, whoops. If you exit out of the page, it's still going to keep running, by the way. So it's all good. But anyway, I'm going to pause it here, and then we'll jump into Clay. All right, so I just stopped it because I realized I don't need all 4,500 leads to get to the point of what I'm trying to do. So I hit the abort button at 200 results. And so imagine you just scraped all 4,500, okay? So but 200 is plenty for what I'm trying to show you. So what I'm going to do, I didn't realize this was cut off. Hold on. Let's do this. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit the export button in blue right there. Make sure it's a CSV, and we're going to hit download. I'm just going to leave all fields selected. Then I'm going to hit download, and it just downloaded for me. All right, now we're going to dump this into Clay, and we're going to get our agents on this. So this is a Clay table. I have it pre-made, but same thing applies. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit actions, and I'm going to hit import right there. Now I'm going to press import from CSV. Very easy to use, Clay. Very easy to use. I'm going to drag and drop the CSV in here. And I'm going to make sure it says add to current table, and just hit continue. Now, see how this already maps, right? So on the left are the columns in the spreadsheet that I scraped. Right? These are the columns from the spreadsheet. On the right are the columns in Clay that it's mapping to. So the nice thing is when you use the same Apollo scraper over and over again, you can, like it outputs the same columns, right? And so you can kind of just make your Clay table, you can adjust your Clay table as you go. So I already know I don't need the person's personal email address. I know I don't need their name, so on and so forth. So that's why I removed those columns in Clay. Then the next time I were to upload a spreadsheet, it would just automatically map these columns. It's a little hard to explain. It's easier to just see anyway. So we're going to press add to table, save and don't run. Because I want to just prepare some things. Okay. So it's adding in all the data. And you can see this here. This takes long because I'm narrating it, but really it would take me like less than 20 minutes. So anyway, this right here is the company name. Just so you know, okay? This column right here. So this is the main column. This is like the email verification column. I'm just going to rename this to email verification column. Email verification. All right. So this is one of my agents right here. Anything with like a little logo has an agent plugin. It's like a plugin. So this has a ChatGPT plugin. This has a plugin right here. This has an agent on it right here. This has an agent on it right here. All right. So this workflow is one of the simplest workflows you'll ever see. So I'm going to hit edit and make sure this agent is ready to go. This agent just verifies the email address that it's working or not. All right. Now, if this comes back as it's working, if this email address come back, this agent checks the email address and comes back and tells me that it's accepted, that it's working, that it's verified, and it's good to go, then this agent is going to set off. And what this agent's going to do is it's going to clean up the company name. So see how this company name, for example, right here says Kester's, says Kester Search Group LLC with a little R sign. You don't want that in your email, right? Because imagine this email is going to say, hey, first name, or hi, first name. I came across company name while looking at boutique staffing agencies in whatever state. You don't want this to say, hey, Bob, I came across Kester Search Group LLC registration sign. Like, just look, you look like an idiot. You look like a spammer. So we got to clean it up a little bit, right? So I want it to look something like Kester. I came across Kester, right? Or I came across Kester Search Group at the most. So when this agent says this verified, then it's going to tell this agent, yo, go and do your thing. So this agent's going to go do its thing. It's going to clean up this company name. It's going to be cool. It all just works together, all right? You don't have to link all these columns. You can do it one after the other, but I just like linking them. So, so this is going to go. I should also tell this agent to wait until we've confirmed that this company is a staffing firm. All right. But anyway, so this is what this agent's going to do. So this agent, I'm going to rename it to staffing firm ? Right. And this is going to say staffing firm response. All right. And I'll tell you what these do. So this agent right here. So look at how I have it programmed, right? So for the company, and I'm linking this column right here. I'm referring to, where is it? This column right here, organization name, right? So for this company, and then I'm referring to this column right here. So for these companies, and this is the company name that I'm talking to, with the website right here, right? You don't have to be so strict as to how you talk to these agents. You can just type to it how you talk, how you speak. Output whether it is a staffing firm, a B2B staffing firm or not. If it is, output yes. If it's not, or if you are unsure, output no. I don't know why I accidentally turned on caps lock. All right. Now, typically, I would hit the, oh, you guys can't even see that. I'm sorry. So now, typically at this point, I would hit the generate button right there because it cleans it up. It cleans up the prompt. It cleans up what you're trying to say and makes it easier for the agent to understand, right? Generate a Clayagent prompt. So watch this. Right, just give it a moment. There we go. See how it's just generating a prompt? Let me get myself out of the way. See that right there? It's coming up with a way better prompt. A way better prompt. So we'll just use that. We'll just hit accept because that just automatically looks way better than mine. All right. This is only going to run if, see at the bottom right there, where it says accepted. At the bottom right, I'm going to zoom into this as much as possible. Where it says accepted, it looks like code. So let's look at what that actually means. I don't code anything. This is no code. So here's what I did. It's real easy. So if I want this only to run if another agent says, yeah, go ahead, based on my information, if it says yes or no, true or false, whatever, then you run. So how you do that is, whoops, I didn't even save what I just did. Anyway, so you right click on a column, you hit edit. And here, let's redo this. Output whether it is a staffing firm or not. If yes, output yes. If not, output no. If unsure, output no. That's it. I don't care about typos. So I'm going to hit generate again. I'm going to do this again. Bear with me. Getting a bunch of spam calls right now. All right, so this prompt is generating. Generating. Accept prompt. There we go. All right. So right here. So first off, the thing is I have auto up. Sorry, I'm going to press use AI. This purple thing right here. You can't really see it because when I zoom in, it shrinks. Anyway, so use AI on the bottom right of the screen. So see this right here? Right? So only run if the other column that says deliverability, right, which says, if the email is valid or not, I've named that column deliverability. So you only run, so this agent's only going to go do its thing and confirm it's a staffing firm if the email address is valid in the first place, because I don't want to do more work if the email address isn't even valid. So I have all things depending on that agent first, the agent that tells me if the email is valid or not, right? And then you hit generate formula. Once you hit generate formula, so here you type it in your normal English language. If you want to refer to a column, you hit the slash button. Easy. Right? Then you hit generate formula and it outputs it in code. And then if the output is correct, right, and it gives you a sample right here. If the output is correct, then you hit the blue button. Okay, you guys are smart enough. And then if you want this to automatically start running, you make sure auto update is turned on. You may not want to do this at the beginning because maybe you're still figuring out your process. You don't want to waste credits. You don't want agents to start firing off and running if you weren't really sure that the prompts were right or anything like that, okay? Anyway, so I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit save and don't run. All right. So that confirms if it's a staffing firm. What else do I need? So I need the first name. We have that already. Company name, we have this already. State, we have this already. So right now we're just filtering out the bad leads. We're just getting rid of the people we actually don't want to reach out to. We only want to remain with the people we want to reach out to. And with those people, we're just going to pop in, it's automatically going to pop in the company name, the first name, and the state. Where's the state? We have that right here. All right. Organization state. That's it. No, we're going to use this one, the person state, because the organization might be based in like San Francisco, but the person might be based in Texas, for example, right? Anyway, so now all that is set, we hit this play button, and let's just make sure it works with 10 rows first. We don't want to overdo things, right? So this agent's going to fire off. Some of these are accepted. Some of these say error. So now this agent's going to start firing off. Why are you not firing off? Oh, maybe I have auto update turned off. Whoops. Oh. I have the wrong conditions there. Anyway, there you go. So that should be good. My bad. Anyway, so that agent's going to start firing off and cleaning up the company names, and then this agent's firing off as well. If the email verification comes back as accepted, this agent's going to go to the company's website. On its own, it's reading the company's homepage, it's looking through the company website, and then coming back to me and saying, okay, yeah, this is a staffing firm. Because, sometimes like it might be like a tech firm that works, that builds software for staffing agencies, but it's not actually a staffing firm. But because we chose staffing and recruitment in Apollo as the industry, some of those tech firms might be listed as staffing firms. And again, this applies to any agency, right? So right now I'm just confirming the ICP. You want to confirm the ICP of whatever business you're going after. So if it's manufacturing or logistics or whatever it is. Okay, cool. So see how this agent is coming back and saying, yep, I verified it. It's cool. It's a staffing firm. I verified it. It's cool. It's a staffing firm. I verified it. It's cool. It's a staffing firm. All right, cool. I just want to double check. Right? So we ran the first 10 rows. I'm going to pick anyone in these first 10 rows. This one right here. Don't bother these people. These are real people. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this website. We're gonna go check this out for ourselves. The modern hiring solution for hospitality and retail. So this is definitely a staffing firm. Software built for, it's a software firm. Fully integrated suite of hiring tools. Is this like a modern day staffing firm? It's like a software. Hire in minutes with an ATS. This This doesn't look like a staffing firm. It looks like a software that allows you to hire easily. So now we got to redo our prompt, right? Let's check the other one. It's a good thing we spot checked this. So let's check this one right here. We connect people who bring products to life, product management, recruitment. Okay, so these guys are recruiters for project management roles. Yep. Okay, cool. And then let's check one more. Let's spot check one more. I already know these guys are recruitment firms just by their website. It says search in it. Any company with the name search group is a staffing and recruitment firm. All right. So point being, spot check all your stuff. All right. Again, this is taking me like 3 times as long because I'm narrating it, but so now we got to improve this prompt right here because it missed a couple. You want to get it at least 80% correct, right? So I'm going to add something manually and say, make sure that it is not a software firm or a tech firm that assists with hiring, but that it's an actual staffing and recruitment firm. And I'm not going to press generate. I'm going to press save. This is not using this is using Claygen. I want to use, see, it's probably why it messed up. I want to use ChatGPT. I forgot to mention this earlier. 5 mini. It has the best agent here. And I want to use my account. Oh, on this Clay account, I don't have my account. So, okay. So in that case, I'm just going to I'll use ChatGPT 5 mini. You should use ChatGPT 5 mini. You should use it. So I'm going to save 10 rows, and we want to make sure it should, this row right here is the one that didn't come back as accurate. So I want to make sure that it at least gets this one correct. I want it to say no for this one right here. It says yes. That's not a staffing firm. Let me check their LinkedIn. They're not a staffing firm. If you got 8 out of 10 correct though, I might just leave it, to be honest. But this is not, or I might just delete this row in particular, but this is not a staffing firm. But see how they kind of have like branded themselves? They help restaurants, hotels, and retailers source, hire, and onboard employees faster. So like it's technically a staffing firm. They just kind of have modernized it. Let us fill your pipeline with talent. Yeah, I mean, so I can get super strict with this, but it's really not worth my time. So I'm just going to leave it as is. All right. So now that looks good enough to me. You can see this agent is just like, Pablo, hurry up. I've already cleaned these company names. Right. I've cleaned it from Kester Search Group, LLC, registration signed to just Kester. That's exactly how I wanted it to. Creative endeavors. I don't really like that one. But look at this. Like, I pursue border executive search. Just I pursue. Like, I like that. So again, I'm just going for 80% because this is about speed and volume, right? So let's run all 172 rows I haven't run or have errors. Let's get my agents going. So this agent right here, the email verification, is going to start firing away. This is Mail Tester Ninja, by the way. In the free course, I show you exactly how to set this up. And then if this comes back as accepted, this is running in real time, as you can see. If it comes back as accepted, then this is going to start cleaning company names. And also this is going to start firing away to make sure that it's actually a staffing firm. You can see it's going to say yes, 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 or no, no, no. All right. And that's that. And once that's done, I'm going to filter it so that it only shows me the ones that are staffing firms and say accepted. You know what? Here, let me just limit it to the first 50 rows for the sake of time. Okay, save changes. All right, cool. So now we're going to filter this equal to accepted. Only show me the ones that say accepted because we're about to export this thing. I don't want to export the wrong contacts. All right. So see how this one right here says no, for example. Right. We don't want this guy. We don't want to export this guy. This guy's not a staffing firm right here. This guy's not a staffing firm right here. Trust your prompt. So I can't filter agent responses. So what I have to do is I have to output the response into its own column. It's Clay's weird like that. Just trust me on this one, okay? Now you can filter this, and this is going to say no. All right, cool. So now we are good to go. So the first name we're gonna map it into the email, right? First name is right there. We got him. The state, we're gonna put the state. Company name, this is gonna be the company name right here. That's the company name. These are all accepted, meaning they shouldn't land in spam unless we just send them a spammy email. And this we're not gonna map into anything in the email. It's just for our personal knowledge, right? Now I have this agent. Like this agent will go to the website, look for like any recent credentials. I'll show you, and write like a congratulations line, for example, right? He'll be like, so I can easily make an email that says, hey Jay, I found your company while looking at staffing firms in Ohio. Oh, whoops, did I do the wrong filter? Awkward. This is supposed to say yes. And then this line will come back and say, oh God, it'll say, congratulations on increasing your deal flow by 15%, right? Hold on, remove this, turn off auto update, save. And we're going to run just about 2 or 3 rows here. Play. Just so you can see how powerful these agents are, and they can literally write entire emails. But you don't want to let it write the entire email. You just want to pop in the little variables. But just look at this, just as an example, right? So this will say, congratulations on Kyle Samuels, which is the company name. Congratulations to Kyle Samuels on Inc. 5000 recognition, or congratulations on saving clients 70% and hiring top 0.5% talent. Like it comes off kind of corny, which is why I don't use this a lot, but I'm just saying, like, AI agents can go to the website, look at the website, come back, write a congratulations line based on a style that you maybe fed it. And then it'll fire off the other agent and the other agent. Anyway, so we have our thing, right? So we're going to export this. Actions, export. You're going to press download CSV. It's going to say your export is processing. You're going to hit OK. And then once that's done, it's going to end up in your downloads folder. All right, so that has just exported. Now this is the easiest part ever. So we're going to go to import leads right here. And I'm about to mess up my campaign. I'm just not going to update the campaign. There we go. So I'm going to drag and drop the spreadsheet right there. Now, this is important. We are going to make sure where it says ignore the leads that exist in another campaign, we're going to turn this on so that we do ignore the leads that exist in another campaign that we may have just reached out to yesterday, for example. This right here, import leads, even if they bounce across our entire user base, we're going to say, no, we don't want to do that. Because if they bounce, that means those email addresses don't work. We're going to hit save. The top 2 ones, I never really touch them. So hit save. Now, these are the columns from Clay on the left that are in the spreadsheet that we just exported. On the right are the little variables in Smartlead that we mapped. So like first name, last name, right? So hey, first name, for example, right? So we want the first name from Clay to be the first name we use in Smartlead. So when we type bracket first name in Smartlead, we want to refer to the column in Clay. I hope you're following along. It's I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. All right, so this is the first name in Clay on the left, right here. All right, last name, company name. This was company name, so we want to make sure when we type in company name in the email, that we're referring to this in Clay. Okay. State. That's going to be a custom field because state is not like naturally given to us by Smartlead. I think that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. So we're going to hit save and next. Total leads. So we uploaded 50 leads. Total leads 24. Why? Because we have already reached out to about 26 of those people in other campaigns. So we're going to hit skip and proceed. And filter for scheduled. So you can see how this, let's go to someone in Clay. So you can just see this. So Kyle Samuels right here, right? Kyle Samuels at Creative Endeavors, for example. So you see how his first name popped in? I have to unbold this, but see how it just popped in his first name and popped in his company name? Oh, state. I referenced the wrong one. North Carolina. I should say North Carolina. So why is that blank? Oh, I see what I did. Because I have to, remember, you got to type it the same way it's in Clay. All right. So in Clay, it's CV State. The column name is CV State. So I got to type in CV State. CV State. Something like that. So if I hit preview, why is that not working? CV State. There should be. Whereas this is good troubleshooting in real time. Kyle, there you go. So it says North Carolina. Now I just have to go back and unbold it and remove this thing here, but that was just for you guys. All right. Wow, that you guys probably have to zoom in, but that's how I made the campaign. That's how I made the campaign. At the bottom right, I would just hit update campaign. All right. So it took a long time because I was narrating it, but that's how I did it. And you just send enough of them. All right. So we had our AI agents just do their thing. Cool. That's how I built it. I mean, the copy is right here for you to see. Look at this is literally the copy. So I'm gonna go back. Let's get out of here. Let's pause the campaign because I don't want that emailing anyone right now. But this is literally the copy. So that's that. All right. Now, if you guys need any help with this, just leave a comment. You can get this document for free in the description. I am working on a mentorship offer. The link to my newsletter is in the description. If you download this document, it'll add you to my newsletter, so you can just get the updates before the world gets them and before I post them on my YouTube channel. But I'm working on a mentorship offer. If you guys want like my actual scripts, templates, you want coaching from me personally, more in depth, like how to book your first client, sales calls. I'll help you with your sales calls. I'll help you with fulfillment for your clients and stuff like that, so I can make sure that you just scale real quick. Start doing the 10 to 30K a month, really, really quickly. If you're interested in that, if you want my direct mentorship, getting on calls with me personally, just send me an email when you sign up to my newsletter and I email you. Just reply back and just send me an email saying, hey, I'm interested in that offer. We might jump on a quick Zoom call so I can make sure I get exactly a good understanding of what it is that you want and how I can help. Okay. But that's that. I'm still testing it. I'm still building it. But it will encompass all of my email scripts, templates, all of my AI agents, my personal ChatGPT agents, so that it writes all your copy for you. So this literally takes you 20 minutes. This is only for the most serious people. Mentorship from me personally. I will get you to the point where the idea is that you're at least charging $5K per month per client, or that you're hitting at least $30K per month. Ideally $50K per month is where I want to get you, and scaling as quickly as possible. Okay. So yeah, just send me an email. It would be a private accelerator program coming soon, giving you literally all the tools, templates, coaching that you need to hit that 30 to 50K a month. We'll just say 50K a month, because that's really where my head's at and where I want to get you. That's so that you can avoid spending thousands of dollars on mistakes and just wasting time. Okay. So that's that. Let me know if you're interested via email. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.